Hey lighting fanatics, today I'm going to show you my vintage Interworld Enterprises F15T8 Fluorescent desk lamp. I purchased this desk lamp at a thrift store back in June. I had gone there about 10 days prior, the same thrift store, and I saw a fluorescent desk lamp there that was pretty similar to this that I liked, but I didn't end up getting it. So I came back about 10 days later to see if I could find the desk lamp again. But I didn't find the exact same one. However, I did find two other ones, one of which was this one, and the other, I believe, was the same model as the original one that I saw, but it wasn't the exact same unit. It was in pretty bad condition compared to the original one, and it had different lamps in it. So I ended up getting this one, which was a little bit different of a design, and it had one lamp instead of two. Now this isn't just a collection piece. I do actually use this lamp. I use it at my mom's school that she works at because her school ends about an hour after mine does. So I just sit over there for about an hour before we can leave. And I have a desk set up there, and I use this desk lamp on that desk. So, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this desk lamp. Move the tripod out of the way here. So here's the base of the lamp, of course with our on and off buttons. This is a manual preheat desk lamp, so the power is always connected to one end of the fluorescent tube, and then the on button here is just like the starter on a regular preheat system. So you just hold it down to preheat the ends of the tube, and it lights up just like normal. So essentially you're acting as the starter, and then the off button here is just placed at the end of the circuit, and it just momentarily cuts power so that the arc is broken inside of the lamp, turning it off. Got kind of a stepped up design to this base. The original one that I saw was a little bit more, like flat, I believe. And of course, we have our simulated wood grain stickers here. A very 1980s design choice. I believe this lamp is from 1985. We'll talk more about that when we get to the bottom of the lamp. And of course, we have our stem coming up here. And it goes into this gooseneck here, so you can aim the thing in any which way you want. I suppose they could have made the whole thing a gooseneck, but maybe they wanted to keep it a little bit straighter. I don't know. But here's our head. Same simulated wood grain design with the black. And of course these are just stickers with printing on them. They are not actual wood. And of course, inside here is our fluorescent tube. This is not the original tube that this came with. The original one is this one right here. A modern GE F15T8 cool white, and this is definitely not the original tube that this would have come with new. This probably would have come with one of those real junky Asian made daylight lamps that are more aqua blue than daylight. So obviously someone had to replace the tube in this desk lamp at least once, maybe multiple times. I don't know anything about the history of this desk lamp before I got it, so who knows. But the tube that I ended up putting in here for using it at my mom's school is this GE F15T8SPX50. I have two of these, and I made a video about them, so I'll go ahead and put a card up for that. Very cool tubes, triphosphor 5000K. Very, very rare for these particular tubes. And CRI 80, which is very nice. Of course I use this because I can hardly stand halo phosphate cool white. So it actually has a pretty nice color to it. And these sockets are actually really amazing. They're probably some of the best fluorescent lamp sockets I've ever used. These ones right here. And this is why. Twist and pull. That is all it takes to remove the lamp from the socket, or the tube from the socket. And then to put it back in, you just snap it back in on one side. Kind of hard to do with one hand. And then you just twist it back up. And it snaps right into place. Really amazing. I don't know if there's any readable information on these sockets, but I'll try and show it if there is. You can see there's some stuff written on there, I just can't really read it. Turn the flash on, maybe that'll help. And of course, we just have our wires coming down here, connecting to the sockets and going through the gooseneck here and eventually down into here. And I forgot to mention, the top of this is metal. Not very thick metal, but at least it's metal. And then the base here is plastic, but the very bottom of it is metal, which we'll take a look at now actually. Here's the bottom of the desk lamp. Here we have our information, if you can see that. It is the Interworld Enterprises model number 402. It's old enough to be rated for 118 volts. It is copyright 1979 for the design of the lamp, and made in Taiwan. It is UL listed, and you can see sticker residue from a sticker that used to be here. Now these desk lamps would originally come with a inspection sticker on them with the date that the thing was inspected, I guess. But obviously that's missing on here, probably fell off over time. But if you look closely enough, you can just barely make out. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this on camera. Probably not. I think it's too subtle. But I can just barely make out an 8 and a 5 there, where the inspection sticker would have originally been. So I have a theory that this was manufactured in 1985. And I'll go ahead and turn the flash on. Maybe you'll be able to see that better. There you go. You can see the 8 and the 5 there, or it actually almost looks like a 6 on camera here. Actually, I think this might be from 1986. I think that looks more like a 6 than a 5. I don't know, you guys can tell me, but I have a theory that this was manufactured in 1985 or 1986. The bottom here is also metal, unlike the rest of it, which is plastic. So that's pretty nice. Here is the power cord. It's pretty long. It's only SPT1 18 gauge, so it's a little thinner than cords by modern standards. And of course it's just tied up here because that's the length that I need for the desk at my mom's school. And then here's the plug, just a regular 2-prong plug. And then that just goes into the back of the fixture here, like so. Go ahead and show the rest of it from the back, in case you want to see that. And I suppose I'll show a side profile as well, because why not? Head looks kind of funny from the side. Alright, well we've seen the lamp from the outside, so now it is time to view it from the inside. So here we have our choke ballast, just a standard 14 through 20 ballast, I'm sure. And then this is the bottom of the switch here, which is also the starter. And then under here is actually kind of funny. This is just the wire nuts connecting all the wires. They have a special little cover just for the wire nuts, which I find endlessly funny. Because, like, why? I don't know why they couldn't just put them just sitting in here somewhere. I don't understand why they have to have a separate thing for that. But I guess this is old, and these companies used to care a little bit more about the design and quality of their products back when this was made. So of course the power just comes in here from our cord. I guess it splices into the ballast here, and then that goes back in and goes up, where it goes into the lamp eventually. Up here, I guess it comes out back there, comes back down, connects to the inside of the switch here, and then goes back up, comes back over here, back down after going through the lamp filament, and it comes back in here to the off side of this switch, and then goes back to the neutral side of the cord. So just like any other preheat system, there are the wire nuts under the little metal cover. Alright, it is time to give this desk lamp a bit of a test. So I have it plugged in here, and I'll actually aim the head up a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. And in order to start a manual preheat system, you just hold down the starter button till the ends glow, and then you release. So you're literally acting as the starter, and then you just press the off button to turn it off. Let's do that again. Very simple. You can also instant start it if you turn it off and then back on quick enough. Very neat, and lamps will last absolutely forever. It's almost like manual program start. And you can see there, if you don't hold the off button down for quite long enough, it will turn back on because of that instant starting thing that it can do. I'll also show it with the original, or at least original from when I got it, cool light lamp. And there's that. One more time. And then this is what I'm doing when I start the lamp up. I'm just holding the on button for a little bit and then releasing. And then to turn it off, I just press the off button. And to instant start it up normally, turn it off, and then back on real quick. And it comes back on without any preheating. And then here's how brightly it lights the area here. Go ahead and turn off these other desk lamps. You can see just how bright this thing is. Plenty of light for getting some work done. And they also make 2 tube versions of this lamp, or at least other models. I don't know if this particular one does, but you can also get ones with dual tubes, which are even brighter. Very cool. Well, there you have it. The Interworld Enterprises single tube F15T8 fluorescent desk lamp from 1985 or 1986. Well, if you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to leave a like down below, feel free to leave a comment, and if you want to see more cool lighting videos in the future, be sure to subscribe. See you next time.